reduce the uterine infection. This is mostly preventive. I'm not getting into much of the therapeutic. One thing is often veterinarians, we forget preventive measures. Preventive means only vaccination, but there are some other preventive measures which we have to adopt if you want to really downsize the uterine infection and improve the conception rate. The one thing is transition period. This transition period stands 3 weeks before and 3 weeks after. So this 42 days, if one takes care of the animal very properly, then all these problems, because all these problems occurs during this particular period only. First is negative energy balance. Negative energy balance occurs during this particular period only. How? Because of all these things. Some behavioral changes takes place, physiological changes. These are all associated with the pregnancy and parturition. And all these process leads to mobilization of the fat in the mother so that she can nurture the developing offspring or newborn offspring, and also producing milk. So she mobilizes her energy to support these two. So we need to supplement her with a high density nutrient. Otherwise, she will burn her own body fat and then supply energy to the others. In the process, our reproduction will be totally lost. So once, if you want to improve the reproduction, we should take care that there should be no negative energy balance. First is minimize the fat mobilization, ensure the dry matter intake. This is very important, these preventive measures. Even the animals with negative energy balance, if you give any of the treatment, only few will respond, other things will not respond at all. Then avoid immunosuppression. There are many things that are available to supplement and increase and boost the immunity of that particular animal. And this is the emerging field based on the antimicrobial resistance and other things. A lot of research have been directed on polyherbal or herbal way of treating the animals. And there are already many things are available in the market. And in this, naturally what we have, this is our own study only, it is published in Journal of Ethnopharmacology. So we supplemented some 7 items to 60 number of buffaloes and we have elucidated the mechanism also, everything, and we found that it is working extraordinarily beneficial. You see the first postpartum cyclicity within 21 days in 83% of buffaloes. All the buffaloes, or 90% of the buffaloes, they come into ovulation within 21 days, and that too with a clear discharge. So these polyherbal is having uterine cleansing as well as cyclic augmenting and as well as conception rate enhancement. The service period between supplemented and non-supplemented is, there was a huge difference. So these are all the things that also one can advise the farmers for feeding, because this can be done by the farmers themselves, so that the uterine infection is cleared off. And this is a simple preventive protocol in case of large farms, where calving, immediately after calving, irrespective of whether the animal will go for RFM, non-RFM, don't wait. Give an egbolic. Egbolic may be oral supplement, egbolic may be liquid form, egbolic may be powder form, or egbolic may be injection form. But an egbolic should be given irrespective of category of the animal, all the animals. So how early the fetal membrane is expelled, that is going to be the beneficial for particular animal. So it is a mandatory to give for a farm management if you want to really have enhance the reproductive efficiency. And then monitor for temperature for 7 days. Monitor 7 days. If any animal which is having more than 39.5, give a long acting. I prefer to use FTFR. So long acting antibiotic, and then call the animal after 10 days or 15 days, examine if the uterus and everything is normal, because rectal examination can give a lot of horoscope about that particular animal. So fluid accumulation and everything, if they are clean, forget about it. Nothing is need to be given to that animal. If it is continuing, then go for another intervention. So after 30 or 40 days, one has to examine all the animal for having a CL or not. So if they are cycling, very good. So within the voluntary waiting period, these things can be inseminated. So preventive protocols, including the transition management, and then some supplementation, and then this temperature monitoring for the large farms, definitely it is going to benefit. This is my personal as well as the reported experience. So based on all these things, what we have discussed today, take home is the cause of repeat breeding, what we have understood is the tip of the iceberg, and remaining a lot is which is unknown. But with the available knowledge, what can be done is, always remember, it is not a condition, it is a syndrome. Repeat breeding is not a disease, it is a syndrome, a multiple etiology. So a single pronged approach cannot help in treating repeat breeder. So at a time, 3 or 4 different directions it has to be approached, and then step by step it is possible to have. Negative energy balance, if it is there in the animal, whatever the treatment that we are going to give, we are not going to get success of 100%. That is one. And then prevent the occurrence of RFM by the thing which I have told earlier, and then diagnose the etiology. If the repeat bleeding, at least examine for 1 week, day 0, day 2, day 10. In that time, we will be able to come to know about the ovulation status, uterine health status, and other things. So then we can decide. So first diagnose. And if everything is normal, then go for the subclinical uterine, at least white cell test to identify the subclinical uterine infection. Know the pathogen. This is very important because locality it varies. The same antibody which I use in Karnal I cannot use in Bangalore or my hometown Tamil Nadu. So I have to see what are the bacteria prevailing in that particular area and which I might be able to do, but at least the universities in that area, they can take up these studies and treat the affected animals by adopting the 5 principles which I told earlier. And always remember, we veterinarians are not for only treatment, but to suggest the preventive measures as well. So this is my last slide. I always end up with quoting William Hansel, who is a pioneer person in case of Corpus luteum. So he says that it's not a wonder that reproduction sometimes fails, but rather a miracle that so many pregnancies terminate successfully because of all the interventions that we make in the natural phenomena, but still we are able to get this.